Hello folks, SoundHound continues to make a recovery, ending up 4% today on good volume. Overall, it was a down week for SoundHound, but considering the bad earnings report last week, it was actually a pretty good outcome in my view, all things considered. So in this video, I'll go over this week's price action, what I'm expecting next week, and what I am doing with my SoundHound shares. Before we begin, most of you are not subscribed yet, so please hit that like and subscribe button to get instant updates when I post SoundHound videos. And also, I'm not a financial advisor, so take all my content with a grain of salt and seek professional financial advice if you need to. Alright, so for this week, I wanted the price to trade inside of this ascending wedge, and that's what we got. I wanted to see today's price finish above $6, and whilst we fell a little bit shy, I'll still take it. An interesting thing to note is that the volume this week was much lower than usual, which indicates to me that it was a consolidation week where paper hands sell their shares to accumulators such as hodlers and institutions. Many people were expecting this to crash after earnings, but we didn't really get that, and the stock held up a lot better, which to me is incredibly bullish. Next week, I'm expecting further consolidation, and I want to see the stock bounce around in this ascending wedge, and hopefully at the end of the week, we get a decisive thrust to the upside on high volume, and boom, it could be the start of the next rally. This is just my own opinion and is no way a recommendation to buy, hold, or sell this stock. Anyway, not much on the news front, but possible news catalysts next week could be customer acquisition announcements. Now, I've already talked about how SoundHound is currently in talks with a top 10 or top 15 restaurant franchise, according to the CFO, and hopefully we get an announcement soon on that front. That should light a fire under SoundHound stock. When it comes to the broader market, unfortunately, I think the NASDAQ is due for a 5 to 10% correction, so I'm actually going to short the NASDAQ probably on Monday because I didn't like today's price action at all. We had leaders like NVDA get crushed over 5% today, and the Nasdaq index itself was down more than 1.4% on pretty high volume. I'm going to short the Nasdaq futures contract to hedge my portfolio essentially. I don't suggest anyone to do the same because futures are extremely risky and I could be totally wrong. So next week could get volatile and SoundHound may bounce around a little bit, but overall my outlook is still positive. So what am I doing with my shares? Because SoundHound is performing quite well, I'm actually looking to buy more shares, but the price needs to be right. I was waiting for the price to fall back to the low $4 range before buying more, but that is becoming increasingly unlikely. If we get a down day next week and the price goes down to $5, I might buy some more, but that's a pretty big if, and my mind may change. So for now, I'm just holding unless I see a good opportunity to buy more. Alright, it was a good week for SoundHound shareholders. Please click like and subscribe for more updates, and thanks for watching. See you next week.